3-lane just makes traffic lights, which is counterproductive. Okay, so if we're leaving like that, we don't get traffic lights, then... I mean, let's just try that. I just don't want people using this as like a thoroughfare, essentially. And I think we're kind of, you know, accomplishing that by doing this. But at the same time, it's like you can still cross over as like a little bypass, you know? And what we can even do, just so that this doesn't look as awkward, is maybe we can... I don't believe you with this steep... Oh, maybe I do believe you. Oh, well, in that case, can we lower this? It might be kind of cool to connect this to a few different spots, you know? Okay, so let's just go up to 12. And 12 is not enough, so 15 is going to be our new number. No, and 15 is not enough. Well, maybe this is not meant to be. Okay, let's try 18. Or maybe we can do even longer, but I think we'll go like this and we'll find a... Yes, we got a winner. Okay, so from here, maybe we can bring that back down. Yep, that's the... that is the missing piece. Okay, now, did we connect? Was it here we were connected to? I think so. Alright, so I need that to go to 12. That to connect like that. And I don't think that's where we were connected. We were connected right there, right? Why don't we try... I know the angle looks a little bit different because we're at a different kind of approach now. Why don't we try this though, right? See how that looks. Yeah, it's kind of interesting. That is kind of unique. Let's give that a whirl. So that might look kind of cool once it's all zoned in, and we can put some rocks, you know, and just that generic kind of new look for our parks in here. But no, this is pretty cool. Okay, so let's switch this over because this is going to be extraordinarly loud. Not that it isn't loud already, but it's going to get worse before it gets better. Okay, so let's unzone our residential from this spot right here. Some big changes are, you know, are brewing. And okay, so we'll put commercial, or sorry, offices right here. Some lower tier commercial right here. And same idea right here. I don't want this to be too tall of a district anymore. So I want to just keep that commercial as well. And then we'll unzone our residential from here and here, again, just for the sake of the noise. And just replace that with some lower density commercial. Okay. There you go, that is that. And we just need now the bus garage to go back in, and then we can start putting the roots down, and hopefully cross our fingers that the entire thing is not going to fall apart, you know? Let's put a large bus station. No, it's a little bit too big. Okay, so let's put that right there. Oops. And we're just going to need some parking lots and a subway station. Might as well do those as well right now. Okay, so subway station hopefully in the same area, but it's not. Well, actually, we might put it right here. And can't quite get that nice long one in. So why don't we do... Oh, an urban subway station. Neat. Oh, I guess because of the this guy, right? We can't get anything in there. So it has to be like, yeah, over here or something. Oh, that would be so nice if that fit. So close. There we go. That's a great one. Ain't she a beaut? Okay, so let's oh, right, we have that station as well. Oh, that's for the university. Oh, right. So why don't we change that slightly? Now, I wonder if we reconnect these, that the pathing will fix itself, but that's like, you know, that's wishful thinking is a good way to put it. That's not overly efficient. I think we're going to get rid of this one. I mean, let's be realistic. We do have that one right there, so we don't necessarily need both of these, you know? Okay, so let's just make that kind of like this. And no, I'm certain that the routing is going to get messed up, but oh boy. We'll do the subway stations last, I guess, right? But not bad here. I like this, right? Oh, that one's called Metro. Does it have Metro lines built in? Oh, it does, you sneaky crazy man. It does. Oh, that is great news. Oh my gosh. What? That is so cool. Okay, then we definitely have to redo some of these. Oh, darn it. You destroyed the wrong thing. Wow, this is like, I'm actually a little bit more excited than I thought here. Okay, so back underground, please. Somehow. Okay, there we go. Alright, so let's back this up to here again. And then that means we can make some splits in the, so yeah, the metro line's definitely gonna have to be redone. Oh my goodness. So I may even have to do all of this just off camera, just for the sake of saving time, you know, and I'll kind of show you. I think, you know, by this point, you guys are pretty much pros at, you know, at what we're trying to accomplish in terms of the metro lines, right? So we'll try that and that, just to kind of break things up, you know? And then that will go to this. I know it's not the straightest, but, you know. And then these two will join like that. And then this one will go... I almost feel like we should have another subway station kind of here, you know? And this one will be like almost like an express, just kind of going to here. And again, these might just be placeholder, but we'll kind of see how that goes. Okay, now I would like some parking lots, please. And I believe those would be... Well, actually, no, we can use a mixture, so let's use these guys. Okay, so that's not the worst spots. I may have to do some terraforming. Oh, maybe not. And even if I can go over by one, it cannot, but that's fine. That's totally, totally fine. And maybe some mini parking lots just in and around here. That's so cool, as a built-in metro. That's so cool. I love it. Okay. What a great asset. I'm really excited to use this on the island as well. Okay, now can we fit these guys in? Not really, so I guess we'll be stuck using the smaller ones, which is totally fine. Yep, this is what I'm after. Can't even get too many of these in. Okay, so just drop that right there. And I'm sure we have like the little parking lots, you know, that can kind of work in that spot. I don't think those ones were finished properly last time we tried to use it. Nor were those ones, if I remember correctly as well. Oh, drats. That's kind of what we were after. Okay, that still works for me. Yep, that's basically it. And we can just kind of, you know, put some trees or something there. Cool. Cool, 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 cool. Guys, we did it. We literally have done something awesome here. I love this. Alright, so zoning, let's be sneaky, maybe put some more, you know, some more commercial right here. And I take back what I just did right there. I don't want that center part done. Okay, keep that right there, take that out. Perfect. Now, the last thing, I know I keep saying last thing, but the last thing I'm going to put in is just some pedestrian walkways. And then I think we got it. Okay, so that will go across the street. That will go across the tracks. And that'll just connect, say, to right here. And I guess that's the back way off the, I don't want Sims to leave that way though, so let's do that a little bit differently. Why don't we just have that? Actually, we'll have it go like this. And then have it break into to 2 spots. So we'll just go like this, and then we're going to curve it just around like that. There we go. There we are. I like that. That's pretty nice. And then so for here, let's just bring that down to about here, just at that little intersection point. And that way people can just, you know, walk over to the bus stops or do some shopping behind it type thing. Cool beans. Definitely like this. Now, is it impossible for us to go from here? No, it doesn't actually. I don't think it's impossible. With no pillars, I'm hoping that we can sneak over top of... Yeah, alright. And this is getting rezoned anyhow, so that's fine to, you know, cross through these buildings. I'm not upset. That's essentially what we're after. And it does look a little bit silly with the no pillars, so maybe we can sneak a few in. Okay. So we'll just go like that, and then maybe this will, nope, won't cooperate. Okay, so that's gotta go from here, and that's gotta go from... Oh my goodness, we had this so much more, you know? It's a finicky one. Okay, but if we're patient, we'll get it. I know it. There we go. And I believe that's, yeah, that's it. That's the one. Oh, it does kind of take the pillars away again, but not the end of the world. And what we can even do is probably put some in over there, and then that'll maybe, you know, maybe get what we're after. Oh, that's a little bit too steep for my liking. I think in real life that would probably be stairs, right? But I don't think we're going to keep that. No, if anything. We can do this. There we go. That should look kind of cool once the buildings come back in. And like I said, we'll put, like, you know, parks and rocks and tall tree stuff in there. All right. We are definitely going places. Wow, what a difference. Can't even believe it. Okay, so let's quickly do some park stuff, and then I think off camera I'll put some of the bus routes and everything back in, and I'll show you guys that for next episode. And cross your fingers that I can get it done, hopefully relatively smoothly and efficiently. And I do apologize if you guys do kind of want to see that on camera. Just my thoughts are, it's like, it's going to be, you know, like 15, probably 20 minutes of just me going, like, you know, over stuff that we've kind of done in the past, right? But when we start the new season, it's like the first few episodes when we kind of, you know, lay out our infrastructure and bus networks and all that stuff, I'll totally for sure keep, like, you know, every second of that on camera type thing. It's just, you know, at this point, it's because we're so late in the series, you know. And, you know, like I said, we're practically pros, right? That I think it's okay just to kind of move a little bit faster through it. Because at this point, now that we're kind of, you know, like we're rounding up, I guess kind of the series just in general, it's just kind of nice to, you know, bang out some of the bigger projects that we've been putting on hold since, you know, since it feels like the Earth was made type thing. Sometimes it's pretty crazy how long, like I think about how long we've been working on this. And, you know, I talk about this a lot, but it's been quite the journey. And for those of you that have been here since the very beginning, like, you know, I really I appreciate you guys sticking it through, and it's just been so much fun to see this channel grow. And you know, I go back to old comments like all the time, right? Because I get you know, new ones coming in on really old videos, and it's like I still see the same people commenting, and it's like, you guys are awesome, you know, for doing that. Oh, you can rotate these rocks. I didn't know that. Should have been doing that more often. I learned something new today. But yeah, thanks guys. So I mean, I've got such high hopes for the second season. I mean, the first one, it's just, this was busier and more popular than I had ever dreamed it would be. Especially the first episode, you know. I mean, it's just like, it's sitting at like 100 and almost 120,000 views, which is like, just, that's incredible. And even now, when I release an episode, it's like, you know, there's about 1,000 or so if you watch it within the first week, which is just, that's crazy. So there's so many of you that are, you know, really keeping up with this. And, you know, your views, I mean, they add up, and you guys might not think like you're, you know, contributing, but it's like, I appreciate it so much. So much more than you might even think, too. So thanks, guys. And it's so funny, between, like, last episode and this episode, I can tell that you guys, some of you have been on, like, you know, on your friends and all that kind of stuff to subscribe. Because I'm actually noticing an uptick in the numbers, so I do appreciate that. Because I do want to take this a little bit more seriously, you know, especially for just kind of 2016 going forward type thing. I think, you know, we can join the big leagues, you know, in terms of getting you know, the YouTube channel in order and stuff. And so I'm really excited for that, you know, because the sky's the limit. There's so many cool games, like I keep saying, coming out. I've already had a few suggestions come in, and, you know, more come in daily type things. So keep them up, and then as time goes on, I'll just keep on adding more and more games to the channel. And then, you know, hopefully we can just have, like, you know, at any given moment, we'll have like 3 or 4 kind of series running. And then that way, I hopefully won't be bombarding you guys with too much content. But at least you guys have some variety. You don't have to really watch it all, but it's like there'll be something for everything, you know? Like that kind of mentality. So I'm excited. And I'm even more excited that you guys are excited too, you know? It's kind of good that this is not just one-sided. Okay. And my plan, actually, later on today, is I'm going to finally upgrade my computer over to the solid-state drive. I've been kind of lazy on that. So I'm going to upgrade actually to Windows 10 as well, as a little bit of a curveball. So I'm going to upload the city again to the workshop. And I was going to do it as a private link, but, I mean, if you guys are interested, I can obviously make it a public one. Just, you know, let me know. And then you guys can download and see a little bit more of an up-to-date version, but I'll only post that if like there's demand for it type thing, you know? So you guys let me know. And let's just kind of do our old story here for how we got the last parks kind of in order. And I gotta put some tall grass in still, I just realized that. This will be so cool when all the buses and everything are rolling through, and, you know? Very pleased. I won't lie, the second I had destroyed everything and just got a good overhead view, I was like, oh my gosh, what have you done? You know, I was like, you better not mess this up, young man. No, I think this turned out like really well. And what we may have to do is possibly some lighting and some, you know, a little bit more rocks and this and that, right? But otherwise, no, this is great. Especially the way this park's now kind of unfolding around it. Kind of really digging that theme, you know? Just having like a city within a park. And these kind of areas like super exaggerate that, which I love. Okay. Oh, that's such a nice little bit of realism. Love it, love it, love it. And maybe we can put some concrete in between some of these tracks as well. Again, this is might be kind of stuff I might just do a little, you know, touch-ups on my own here and there. Just kind of after the episode is over. Just so the time doesn't get too far away from us, you know? But yeah, anyway, so when I'm done recording this, I'm going to upgrade to Windows 10. And I'm going to save my Steam folder, so I hopefully can grab all the save files. And I'm a little bit nervous about losing the Train Fever stuff. So I definitely have to make sure. But what I'm doing, since I'm switching over to a solid-state drive, as a little bit of the, I want to say, not backup, but it's like just to be safe, I'm not going to overwrite my current hard drive. And I'm actually tempted to use and save that. and then to keep that as like a little backup, so I can build myself a second computer type thing, and that way I can kind of, you know, game and do this and that while my computer's rendering. So we'll kind of see how that goes. One of these ones. This is cool. I like this little area. All right, well, I guess that's pretty much does it, guys. Nice little improvement, I think. Like night and day, the difference. But you know, this way, now we can see, you know, like how it's going to look in terms of you know, traffic and everything when we do a redo of the island. And then, yeah, we got our new looks and kind of incorporated. I think this is a much more open, you know, kind of layout here, so the area gets a lot more sunlight. It'll feel more friendly. So if you're, you know, a tourist and this is like the first time you're, you know, popping your head out, imagine you came in on a, you know, it's like, you know, a stormy night or something, came in by plane, took the subway, maybe stayed in a hotel nearby, and it's like, you know, you took a train downtown, then you got out of the city, and this is the first thing you'd see. It'd be like amazing. Just stand here and just take it all in, you know? I guess that's it. Thanks, guys. Appreciate the support and love as always. So, like I said, what I'll do is I'll wire this up, make sure it's all running properly, and then I'll show you guys what it looks like in the next one. But until then, you take care of yourselves, and wish me luck with my computer builds. And man, look at that. Even just from above, what a nice little improvement. A lot cleaner looking. And so just imagine this just like going non-stop with buses. I'm very excited. And I'm hoping that this should be enough for the traffic over top. But now that I kind of look at this, it almost looks like we should have something that goes from here downward. But I think we're okay, because that's not too far down, right? Alrighty. That is that. Okay, guys, I will talk forever as always. So, like I said, see you in the next one. Take care of yourselves.